This is your one and only 𝐈𝐸𝐸 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Freeform Friday, where we play some random video game. And today's game is one we've covered in the past. It is finally released into early access, and it is called Timberborn. It is a city building game where you play beavers. Yep, it's not humans, it's beavers. Why? Because why not beavers? All right, so we're gonna go new game here, and I still haven't unlocked these other guys over here. You got 2 to start from here. I don't know if they're gonna add others or not, but yeah, we're gonna play these guys here because it's our only option, and we're gonna go for the recommended map because why not? But you can see we got a bunch of different map options here. We're gonna go normal because I'm a noob. All right, and here we are. We have some beavers, and this is our map. Now, did I show it there at the beginning? I don't know. You should. Yeah. I showed the menu. You can edit the maps, so that's a thing too. But you can also, the beavers have the ability to manipulate the terrain. There is terrain manipulation in this. So for example, if I needed water to come through here, I could eventually make a path through here and dig it out. Same here. There's like explosives and stuff. I haven't gotten to that part yet in a little bit that I played to refresh my memory on how this game plays out, but it's totally a thing. Okay, so the first thing we need to do here is we need to come over to, now it's got a little thing down here and it's telling us what to do. It wants us to place a lumberjack flag, but we need paths in order to do that. So what we're going to drag a path out this way, and we're going to drag a path out that way. And then we'll come over here to our lumberjacking flag, and it needs to be connected to a path. All your buildings have to be connected to a path, and you can see here if I place it, it's showing me where it's going to affect, and I kind of want to get as many trees over here as I can and over here, so something actually like down here I think would be our best option. Yeah, let's place it right there, and then we're going to also drag, because it has to be connected to a path, so we will drag our path down to here. This game has a lot of really cool things going for it that I'm going to talk about that I don't see a lot of other city builders do. I don't know if we'll get to showing them off, but well, one, I know I've never seen any other ones do, and that's stacking. Like you can stack houses or stuff on top of houses and buildings and stuff like that. So it does have some vertical play going on, and that is pretty cool. And like I said, I haven't seen other city builders in this style do anything like that. So I should have turned that and put it here. Oh well, we'll just do this. So yeah, so that's a pretty neat feature. All right, so there we go. And then now somebody should just jump in there, and nothing to do in range. Oh yeah, that's right. I got to tell them to cut the trees. So if we come over here, we can mark trees to be cut down. So we're going to tell them just to cut down all of these trees here. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to do the same thing. Now you can control the camera with WASD. I can also hold middle mouse button and drag around, and I can hold down right click to change how we view. We can get a straight top down, or I can drag it and hold it and we can view like that. And it does have 360-degree view, which is really nice. So we're just going to kind of put things back to where they are here. I like this view right like that. That's just fine. Okay, so it wants us to place 2 lumberjack flags, but we don't really need any. And I'm just going to kind of say, yes, get rid of that. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is we need to get some food going. So we're going to come over here to food, and we're going to put a gatherer flag here. So our gatherer will start doing that. And we need a water pump right from the get-go. That is why I put this here, so that we can have a water pump. And we're going to need to just connect that like that, because our beavers are going to get thirsty relatively quickly. We have a little bit of food, so we're fine there, but we have no water. So we're actually going to increase the priority on this. I want this built as soon as possible so that we can start getting some water going. And we should also have some water storage. So we are going to build a couple of tanks here. Do I want to end that? Nah. We'll build them on the inside here. That way I can loop that around later. Okay, so we're going to just speed up time here and let that do the thing. You can also zoom in and out, so we can zoom way in. Look at those beavers go doing beaver stuff. They're so busy. Okay, and we're going to go back out to right about here, so it's a nice view. So our gatherer will do the thing. He's going to gather the berries from over here, but we do eventually want to get some farms up and running, and we will. We're also going to need some storage, so we're going to pause right there. We're going to build a log pile We're going to rotate that around. I'm going to slap that down there, and a small warehouse. I'm going to put that right there, and we're going to get those things built. All right, now that the water pump is going, it will start to collect water. It can hold 15, which is not bad. You can see it generating here. We got a beaver in there working. The buildings do take workers, so you need to have, you've seen plenty, there's been plenty of games like that. That's nothing new. Each of the buildings, like these need workers, this needs a worker, that needs a worker. We've seen plenty of city builders like that. And you can see they're already starting to get thirsty. Hey, little buddy, you may want to go get a drink. Yeah, there you go. You're good. We got 4 water there. And then we'll start to store water so we can hold an additional 30 here. So if they're not drinking, that will continue to get plenty of water, and we will start to store some. All right, so the next thing I want to start working on is a farmhouse. So we are just going to place that down right there, and we're also going to get them some housing so we can build some lodges. So we are going to build 2 side by side like that. That'll get them started on that. We're going to come back over here to the farm. Well, no, it's this here, plant crops. Yes, plant crops, carrots, and we are going to get a nice carrot field going. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to plant it down here, and I'll just take the road down. I'll do something weird with the road because, you know, I don't plan ahead very well. Okay, there we go. So that should get them some food beyond them collecting the berries. This should extend all the way over here. You can see they will eventually come over here and collect those berries, but we do need to get some food going. And we can actually demolish this, set that to be demolished. And if they do, water will flow in here and this will turn green. The map is dynamic like that, which is really cool. That's something that I don't think I've seen in other city builders, where water plays a part. And not only, actually, I have seen something slightly similar to that in one of those post-apocalyptic ones. See there, you just see it flow in and then this turn green. So we could actually plant garden up in here, or yeah, plant the garden up in here now. Since it's green, you can't plant it when it's dead like this. But yeah, there's a, I can't remember the name of it, but there was a post-apocalyptic one that I covered on a Freeform Friday where it had a slightly similar thing to that, where the map was a little bit dynamic, but it didn't, if I remember correctly, it didn't let you control the flow of water the way you can in this game. And any of the buildings that are like this, where they're flat, you can build on top of them, which I think is an absolutely fantastic feature. So look, so we can rotate around, we could build, we don't have stairs yet, so I'm not going to build it up here, but once we do get stairs and platforms, I could build lodging up here. You can stack lodging on top of each other as well. All right, so a little bit of time has passed here. We got a nice little colony going on here, and now it is time to build some power. So you do need power in this game to power some of your buildings, and the power is all, well, there's different powers you see here, windmill and large windmill, but it's done with these like crankshafts and stuff, which is kind of interesting. So we are going to build, yeah, right like that, I think. Right here. Yeah. That looks good right there. Okay, so we're going to build that there, and then we need the lumber mill. So we're going to build a lumber mill right here, and then we have to connect the power to the lumber mill. So we'll need one of these to... Well, I may have derped a little bit, because that might not be the best spot to put that. Hold up here. And we just got a warning that there's an incoming drought. So when that happens, all of the water will dry up. This will dry up first, followed by the larger area here. And all of our land will turn to like this here for a time period. And while that happens, it kind of sucks because you have to be prepared. Like, you have to have plenty of food and plenty of water stored up, because you can't produce either of those when the drought comes. So the next thing we're gonna do, now that we have our little science thing here and it's making science for us, and you need that in order to unlock stuff. You can see here we got a bunch of stuff unlocked, like the gear workshop, paper mill, printing press, all of that. There's a bunch of stuff in the other ones, like large house. You can see it's got the little lock, but then it has that little symbol next to, or below it, that says 250, and then the science symbol. When we click it, we'll just get the option to unlock said thing. If we click this, you can see it's going to say, it says it costs 60 science. Do we want to unlock it? Yes, we do, because we want to be able to replant trees. So we are going to build a forester. right there. And it might be a little while before we get somebody to work it because we are out of workers right now. You can see over here it says unemployed. We don't currently have any unemployed. We could pull some off the garden over here. I did build a second farmhouse to help with the gardening over here, so it would just go a little faster so we could prepare for this drought. I'm really hoping that we end up with a situation where we can, yeah, we're going to be able to harvest it again. All right, so unconnected building. Okay, so it is not connected. What did I do here? I derped. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause this building, which will give us 2 additional workers, and unpause this building. And then we're going to see this construction site is too far from builders. Build new paths or a district. Okay, well, what if we just build... Can I just build this like this? Will that do it? That didn't do it. Well, it's a little late now because now we can't even do anything because we don't have any water. All right, it looks like they'll have this built just in time for the drought to be over. Once the drought is over, this will all start flowing with water again, and we will be able to plant stuff once again. And here comes the water slowly trickling down just in time too, because we were starting to get hurting on the water just a little bit. We were at 71. We're hurting there just a little bit, not too much, but a few more days and we would have been out. These are some very thirsty beavers. All right, there we go. Now our power's up and running. They just got to complete this last little piece here to connect these two together. And we should be good to go. This should start working, which will allow us to make planks, which will allow us to complete this building. We're going to need 10 logs and 7 planks. We're gonna have to cut down these trees here. Let's make sure those trees were marked. No, I have not marked those trees yet. So let's just get up in here like this and mark these because we're definitely gonna need those. All right, there we go. Water wheel's going full blast. It's got power to our lumber mill. Honestly, I built the wrong thing. I should have built this off of this little section. I'm gonna have to destroy that and build this there eventually, so that way we can power additional buildings, because right now we're just powering this, and we're probably gonna need power for additional buildings. I don't think we're gonna need it too soon. We're kind of in a good spot right now. We just kind of got to let things play out and see how they go. All right, so our forester is complete. Now we can come over here and tell the forester to plant trees. So we're just gonna plant a bunch of birch trees. Now, trees should grow back in this area. As you see here, they're slowly growing back in the area, but they grow slower than if we were to just plant them and force them to hurry up and grow. So we're gonna plant a bunch in there like this, and we'll not take up too much of this area. We'll let some of these grow back naturally as well, but we'll plant a bunch of birch trees in there. We could also plant some in here if we wanted, but I think this will be good for now. We have a couple of different options what we can plant too. Like you can see, the birch grow in 9 days, produce 1 log. The pine grow in 12 days and produce 2 logs. And then the maple are 24 and 8 logs. So it's however long you want to end up waiting. We could plant a few maples in here and there. Let's just plant a couple, plant a row of those. Let's plant a row of pines too. This way our wood income becomes staggered instead of just all in one go. We also have an 180 science, which means we can start to unlock things now. So if we come over here to the paths and structures, I want to unlock the wooden stairs. That's going to cost us 70, and then that's going to cost us 100 for the platforms. But do we want to? They're expensive to build, but I think it's a solid option to unlock those now. That way we just go ahead and get it out of the way. So now we can actually, well, we don't have any homeless, but once we do, we can now build lodging on top, face it around this way, and put stairs up to it and a platform and all that stuff. So what we could do is like build them across and then build a platform and connect stairs. All right, so things are going pretty well. We've started to plant some trees, so we have some wood income, and our garden's looking nice. I've started some potatoes. Now, potatoes have to be cooked. If you take a look here at the grill, you can see you can grill the potatoes. I'm pretty sure they have to, if I remember right, they had to be cooked. You couldn't just eat them. So I'm just going to start storing those up till we get a bunch of them, and then I will build the grill and we can grill them and eat them later. All right, well, I think this gives you a pretty good idea of initially what this game has to offer. This is an early access game, so remember that it is not complete. But one of the things that I want to talk about before we wrap up that I think is also really neat that this thing brings to the table that I have not seen in other city builders is that you can have separate colonies. So if we go over here and we click on the paths and structures, you can see we can make a district center. And if you read it, it says that it establishes a district with its own population, resources, and an isolated path network, and it employs builders. And then we have the district gate, which separates the districts. So you can connect the districts together pathwise with the gate. So I could draw a path out this way, put a gate down, draw another path out, and create like another district, or create a district up here and then connect the paths together at a gate. I think that's a really cool feature because you could have multiple colonies, or you can have multiple colonies on one map, and one colony could collapse and your other one could still be fine and you could continue playing. I think that's a really neat feature, and I have not seen that before. Not to say that none of the things that this game does have never been done before. I just personally haven't seen them. If you've seen any of these features, like the different colonies on one map, or the stacking of buildings, or the whole water mechanic style thing, let me know down in the comments. I'm interested in what other games have those features. And if you want to check out this game, remember, once again, it is early access, so it is not complete. It's going to have bugs, all of that stuff that comes with an early access game. From what I can tell, though, it's a pretty solid experience from the time that I have spent with it. I haven't run into any issues. I haven't run into any bugs or anything like that. That's not to say they're not there. I just haven't seen any so far. But if you want to check it out, I'll put a link for it down in the description. You can hop over there to Steam and give it a look. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. I want to give an absolutely massive shout out and thank you to my supporters on Patreon for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of your shot. You don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.